Welcome, everyone. Today we delve into an intriguing topic, the hidden cost of trying to look rich. In our society, there's a pervasive pressure to portray an image of wealth and success. You might have noticed this on social media, where everyone seems to be vacationing in exotic locales, wearing designer clothes and dining at chic restaurants. It's as though we're all competing in a silent race, striving to present an image that suggests we've made it. But let's pause for a moment and ask, why do we do this? At the heart of this phenomenon lies a common misconception, that wealth equals happiness. We've been led to believe that the more money we have, the happier we'll be. But is this really the case? Research suggests otherwise. A study conducted by Princeton University found that happiness does increase with wealth, but only up to a point. Beyond a certain income level, approximately $75,000 a year, additional wealth makes little to no difference to happiness levels. Now, let's consider the hidden costs associated with trying to look rich. These are the costs that we often overlook, blinded by the dazzling allure of wealth. These costs are not just financial, they can also be emotional, mental, and even physical. Take, for instance, the financial strain of maintaining an opulent lifestyle. The cost of designer clothes, luxury cars, and high-end real estate can quickly add up, leaving you in a precarious financial situation. Then there's the emotional toll. The constant pressure to keep up appearances and maintain a facade of wealth can lead to stress, anxiety, and even depression. And let's not forget the physical cost. The stress associated with trying to look rich can take a toll on your health, leading to sleepless nights, unhealthy eating habits, and an increased risk of illness. So as we can see, the true cost of trying to look rich is much higher than we might initially think. It's not just about the money, it's also about the impact on our overall well-being. Before we dive deeper, hit that subscribe button. Your support means the world to us. Now let's talk about the appeal of luxury brands. We're often lured by the glitz and glamour of high-end labels, aren't we? This allure, mind you, isn't accidental. It's a meticulously crafted illusion spun by some of the best marketing gurus in the world. They work tirelessly to associate their brands with exclusivity, status, and success. And the result? We're psychologically primed to believe that owning a piece of luxury can somehow elevate us, make us feel more accomplished, more admired. But here's the catch. These luxury brands, these coveted symbols of prosperity, they come with exorbitant price tags. And these prices aren't just about the quality of the product. Oh no, they're significantly marked up. A luxury handbag, for instance, can be marked up by as much as 12 times its production cost. High-end watches, they can have markups of up to 18 times. These markups, they're not just about covering production costs or fair profit margins. They're the price we pay for the brand, the status symbol. They're the cost of buying into the illusion of wealth. Now, imagine maintaining a luxury wardrobe. It's not just about owning a single high-end item, it's about keeping up with the trends, constantly updating your collection. A study from a few years back found that an average American woman who shops high-end brands spends over $4,000 on clothing each year. And that's just clothing. Add in shoes, accessories, and the cost skyrockets. So while we're drawn to the allure of luxury brands, it's crucial to remember the heavy price we pay for this allure. The markups on these goods do more than just burn a hole in our pockets. They contribute significantly to the cost of trying to look rich. Luxury brands may boost your image, but they can also drain your wallet. So the next time you find yourself coveting that latest designer piece, remember, it's not just the price tag you're paying for. It's the illusion of wealth, the illusion of status. And that, my friends, can come at a steep cost. Moving on, let's shift gears to the world of high-end vehicles. Picture this. You're driving a sleek, shiny luxury car. The roar of the engine, the plush leather seats, the envious glances from passers-by. It's all pretty tempting, isn't it? But have you ever stopped to think about the true cost of this opulence? Let's take a look under the hood, shall we? First off, there's the obvious cost. The purchase price. Luxury cars can set you back anywhere from $70,000 to over $300,000, depending on the brand and model. That's a hefty sum, no doubt about it. But it's just the beginning. Next, we have maintenance and repair costs. High-end vehicles are made with high-end parts, and when those parts need replacing or repairing, the costs can be sky-high. And while a standard vehicle might require servicing every 12,000 miles or so, luxury cars often need more frequent attention, which again adds up. Now, let's talk insurance. The more expensive the car, the more expensive it is to insure. Not only because the car itself is worth more, but also because luxury cars are often more appealing to thieves and are more costly to repair in the event of an accident. And finally, we come to depreciation. It's a sad fact of life that cars lose value the moment they're driven off the lot, but luxury cars tend to depreciate faster than more practical vehicles. So, while you might feel like $1 million driving your shiny new car, it's actually losing value with every mile. When you add all these costs together, owning a luxury car can be significantly more expensive than owning a more practical vehicle. So, the next time you find yourself dreaming about that shiny new luxury car, remember to consider the true cost. A fancy car might impress your neighbors, but it could also lead to financial stress. Next, we'll explore the costs of living in upscale neighborhoods. Picture this: tree-lined streets, manicured lawns, luxury cars parked in every driveway. Sounds charming, right? But living in such high-end areas comes with certain expenses that can be quite staggering. Let's start with property taxes. In upscale neighborhoods, property values are sky-high, and with high property values come high property taxes. In some of the most affluent areas, property taxes alone can run into the tens of thousands annually. Then there are homeowners association fees, also known as HOA fees. These fees are used for the maintenance of common areas, security services, and sometimes even luxury amenities, like a community pool or gym. While these amenities can certainly add to the appeal of living in a high-end area, they also add to the cost. HOA fees can range from a few hundred to over $1,000 a month. But perhaps the most insidious cost of upscale living is the pressure to keep up appearances. In affluent neighborhoods, there's often an unspoken expectation to maintain a certain lifestyle. This might involve driving the latest high-end car, sending your kids to private schools, frequenting expensive restaurants, or hosting lavish parties. All of these contribute to what we call keeping up with the Joneses, and can quickly inflate your living expenses. So, let's do a quick comparison. In a middle-class neighborhood, the cost of living might include a modest mortgage, property taxes, car payments, and groceries. But in an upscale neighborhood, you could be looking at a hefty mortgage, high property taxes, expensive HOA fees, the cost of private schooling, and the pressure to maintain a certain lifestyle. In the end, the price tag of upscale living isn't just about your mortgage or your property taxes. It's about all the hidden costs that come with trying to keep up with the Joneses. Living in a posh neighborhood might seem glamorous, but it can come with a hefty price tag. Now let's examine the psychological toll of trying to look rich. Imagine a scale with financial stability on one side and mental well-being on the other. When one end dips, it's quite likely that the other will follow. This is especially true when we're living beyond our means to maintain the illusion of wealth. We all know that stress is a common companion of financial struggles. But it's not just about worrying over how to pay the next bill. It's the constant pressure of keeping up appearances, the fear of being found out, and the relentless pursuit of an image that can lead to chronic stress. This stress can take a significant toll on our physical health, leading to issues like heart disease and insomnia. But the damage doesn't stop there. Anxiety is another frequent visitor when we're living a life we can't afford. The uncertainty of how to maintain this expensive lifestyle can trigger bouts of intense anxiety. It's like being on a roller coaster that's constantly on the verge of going off the rails. And then there's depression. A study published in the Social Science and Medicine Journal found a strong link between debt and depression. The researchers discovered that individuals in debt were 3 times more likely to have a mental health problem than those without financial worries. This isn't surprising when you consider the feelings of hopelessness and despair that can come from being in a financial hole. Moreover, a report from the American Psychological Association highlighted the devastating impact of financial stress on mental health. They found that those with high financial stress had lower levels of psychological well-being and higher levels of depression and anxiety. In essence, trying to look rich when you're not can lead to a vicious cycle of financial stress and mental health problems. It's like being in a labyrinth with no clear way out, where every turn leads to another dead end. Trying to look rich can cost more than just money. It can also cost your peace of mind. Finally, let's uncover the hidden costs of debt. When we're swept up in the desire to appear affluent, we can quickly find ourselves sinking into a sea of debt. You see, the quest for luxury often leads individuals to rely heavily on credit cards, which, due to their high interest rates, can rapidly spiral out of control. Let's take a moment to understand the mechanics of this debt. Suppose you've accumulated a credit card debt of $10,000, a not uncommon amount for those chasing the illusion of wealth. With an average interest rate of around 20%, you're looking at $2,000 in interest alone per year. If you're only making the minimum payment, this debt could linger for decades, accumulating interest all the while. But the true cost of this debt extends beyond mere numbers. It's a burden that weighs heavy on your shoulders, a constant source of stress and anxiety. It's the sleepless nights spent worrying about bills, the strain it puts on relationships, the opportunities missed because every spare penny is funneled into servicing this debt. Additionally, this debt can lead to a damaging cycle. The more debt you accumulate, the worse your credit score becomes. And a poor credit score can make everything more expensive, from borrowing money to insuring your car. It can even make it harder to find a job or rent an apartment. And then there's the opportunity cost. Every dollar spent servicing debt is a dollar that isn't being invested, a dollar that isn't growing and working for you. Over time, this can amount to a significant loss of potential wealth. So while credit cards and loans might offer a quick and easy way to fund a lavish lifestyle, the true cost of this debt is far from glamorous. It's a cost that isn't immediately apparent, but it's very real and very debilitating. Debt might help you look rich in the short term, but it can lead to financial ruin in the long run. So what have we learned today about the hidden costs of trying to look rich? Well, we've peeled back the veneer of glamour that often surrounds the idea of wealth. We've taken a deep dive into the financial and emotional tolls that come with striving to maintain an illusion of affluence. Let's take a moment to recap. We began our journey with the illusion of wealth, unmasking the reality that often the appearance of being rich is just that, an appearance. The shiny accessories, the designer clothes, the expensive cars, they're often a facade, hiding a reality of debt and financial instability. We then delved into the cost of luxury brands. We discovered that these high-end items often come with a price tag that goes beyond the initial purchase. Maintenance, updates, and the pressure to keep up with the latest trends can drain your wallet faster than you might think. Our exploration led us next to the expense of high-end vehicles. We learned that the cost of owning a luxury car isn't just about the hefty price tag. There's also insurance, fuel, maintenance, and depreciation to consider. And let's not forget the constant temptation to upgrade to the newest model. We then ventured into the world of upscale living. We found that living in a posh neighborhood or owning a large home can bring with it a host of hidden costs. Property taxes, utilities, maintenance, and the pressure to keep up with the Joneses can quickly turn a dream home into a financial nightmare. We also took a hard look at the toll on mental health, the constant pressure to maintain appearances, the stress of living beyond one's means, the fear of being found out. These can all lead to anxiety, depression, and a host of other mental health issues. Then we delved into the hidden costs of debt. We discovered that what starts as a way to fund a lifestyle can quickly spiral into a cycle of borrowing and repayment that can take years, even decades, to escape. So there you have it. The glittering world of the rich and famous isn't always as it seems. The costs associated with trying to look rich can be far more than just financial. They can affect your mental health, your relationships, and your overall quality of life. Remember, true wealth is about more than just appearances. It's about financial stability, peace of mind, and living a life that aligns with your values. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more insightful content.